Thank you so much for watching A Touch of Tarot. Let me just see how this lighting is. Just getting used to my new setup here in my device. Thank you so much. I got a beautiful donation towards the phone I had to purchase because honestly, the volume and the picture and everything like that was no good anymore on my other phone or my laptop. Okay, let me just fix that. It's gonna drive me crazy. Oh, okay, I'll fix that. There we go. That's okay. I'll get better into that now. So I pulled a whole bunch of cards from the Divine Masculine to see what's going on right now currently. It's a little bit of a drowsy day here. I am. It's raining. I picked up this strong energy. I was pretty surprised with how the cards came out, to be honest, because there's a rectage here. Some of you, it may be triggering a little bit, but don't let it trigger you. Listen until the end and actually hear what I'm picking up here, okay? So first of all, I did start with the red deck. And even yesterday, I did a couple of readings yesterday that I haven't posted. And I think I'm gonna do those on days. I'll post them when I just feel it's right to post them, but I didn't feel it was the right time. So I Treasure You came out. And this seems to be an ongoing message that continues to come out. It came out in yesterday's readings as well. However, I shuffled it back in because I'm like, this comes out every time. This is a bit too much now. But it came out again today and I said, no, okay, obviously it's important for people to hear that. There's probably more than one of you that need to know that this masculine treasures you. On a side note, I did pull from some of my new little cards I have here, which are really about, just giving. This was about the setting and the problem. So for the setting, we got a department store just before closing. There's number 33 here and 22 here. We have this master number theme going on with this reading. We also got the bus depot near locker number 17. So maybe number 17 is important for some of you. And with that, we got a subway station. So what this told me, like what I picked up from that, is that this masculine is just trying to figure out what to do before it's too late, before the store closes, before the bus leaves. It's like he wants to get on the right bus and get out of here. I'm noticing the express train arrow, leaving the station type of thing. He's in the bus shelter or the bus spot, trying to figure out what bus to get on to get out of this situation. For the problem cards, we have a vehicle in a collision. So that could have happened recently. The masculine could be in this energy where he's just drawing in a bit of issues towards him right now, just because he's in confusion and out of alignment. But more importantly, I feel like he feels this is an accident. This whole situation has turned into one big accident. And the next card we had for the problem is the interdimensional doorway is closing. And it's just that energy again of this person trying to escape before it's too late, before the doors are closed, okay? I do want to read a little bit from the Lightworker deck that I did pull a card from, and we got number 22. And here we have a lady holding two flames. And what this brought to me right away is twin flame, 1111. So make a wish if you would like. Initiation by fire. And I just opened and I just saw 11, 11, 11, 11. So really make a wish for what you want and start getting in touch with your guides. For some of you, you need to literally ask your guides to step in. And I've done that before, but I'm doing it more often in the sense, I don't want to repeat myself to them, but I'm like, thank you. Like I have given you permission to step in and just figure this out on your own. Because the truth is, for many of you, and for many people in this situation, you may try to let go of your twin, but no one else is coming in. So, or your divine partner, whatever you want to call them, and no one else is coming in. And therefore, there's no point in trying to do much, but letting things dissipate or come in at their own free will. Because I'll tell you from the experiences I've had, a lot of people are really upset because they're like, I've let him go, I've, released him, and then I'm still single. And that's just because you're not meant to be with someone else right now at this time, especially if you're on this journey. For some of you, the number one focus is yourself right now, and learning about yourself and learning what it is to be alone and love yourself. And it's something you have to kind of accept. And I promise you, As in any situation, when you let it go, it opens the flood for like the floodway for that to come in. I promise you. But remember this, you have not fully let it go. 100%. I can guarantee that. I understand, okay? So initiation by fire is a life-changing spiritual cleansing. Your life will never be the same again. Allow the power of divine fire to clear and purify you inside and out. This is not a time to hold on to anything, no matter how much you once believed you needed it. In letting go, you will gain so much more than you ever imagined, opening to fresh blessings and new life. You are like the phoenix, ready to emerge from the holy flames, reborn. So I'm going to read a little more, but I want to mention what I had picked up on before. The masculine really wants you to know that he's going through a transformation right now, and he's, I won't say practicing, but getting ready to release. And it's a very hard step for him, especially when I read the rest of these cards. I actually have messages for different groups of people, 2 different groups minimum. But the masculine is working on going through this purification, and it's not the easiest of times to him, though he is actually going through it right now. So for some of you, you may get some contact from him because he may be softening up, but I wouldn't rush into anything because he has a lot to deal with right now, as probably you do, since this is most likely what I'm picking up, twin flame with the 2 flames there, the 1111, the 33, 2222. It's really serious here, like as into divine purpose, okay? If you have the spirit of the phoenix in you, and remember, the phoenix is rising from the dead. This is someone who is going through a rebirth, okay? So if you have that spirit of the phoenix in you, you are able to rise again and again, even if at times it seems lost. All seems lost. You are guided to remember this, as you are now being spiritually cleansed through initiation by fire. During such times, you will feel that you are being asked to let go of relationships, situations, sometimes even jobs, attitudes, and belief systems that you have relied upon until this point. You may have unintentionally placed more faith in that person, place, or belief system or identity than you placed in the divine. You might have held on to them rather than allowing the divine to guide you. This can happen easily on the earth planet. So when you're on that 3-dimensional level, it's way easier to try and hang on instead of just practicing release, which is what I think most of us are trying to do right now. Sometimes the attachments become confining rather than supportive. In such cases, you will need to free yourself to continue your life journey. During the initiation by fire, all such attachments are burned away. A new life is a blessing, but that doesn't mean it's easily won. Sometimes the process can be challenging to the mind, even when the heart trusts in what is taking place. So I want to mention that I'm picking up a strong energy, not only for the divine masculine, for his message to the divine feminine, but actually to the divine feminine. And some of you truly have to let go of this situation 100% wholeheartedly in order for this resurrection to happen. Just as for the divine feminine or masculines or whoever it may be dealing with that karmic situation that they may have been in for years, has to go against what they believe. It's not right what they're believing. It's a belief system, and a belief system does not mean ever that it is right. It's just something that's embedded in you that you've been living by. Correct? You get it? Okay. So when I pulled the Lovers decks first, from the Lovers deck, from the Angel deck, my message was different than after I pulled all of the cards. I'm going to touch on those first because I have them here. The first card that came out was children. So at first, the message I got, and this may be for some of you, it depends if there's actually children involved. For some of you, this masculine wants a new beginning and he's aiming for a fresh start. And it really makes sense with the other cards, but deeper down here in the lower level, there's a stronger message towards actual children. So this could be that you're being affected, you know, the masculine is being affected by children. Therefore, his message would be, I'm being affected by children right now, and commitments right now, and responsibilities, family, whatever it may be, right? For some of you, this is him saying, I want to even have a child. I want a new beginning. I want a fresh start. I want to start over. The next card is, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So what this card tells me, and this came out in yesterday's reading as well, is that not only does the masculine want you to know it's safe for you to love him, this is a safe ground, because he has, as he says lower, made it difficult for you to feel safe. I believe that came out, maybe it's in just under here, but point being, there was a card that I saw that said, you know, I can understand I've made it difficult for you to feel safe in this situation. So not only does he want you to open your heart, because he is working on opening his heart. He has trust issues, okay? Trust me on that. He has trust issues. The next card that came out is free yourself. So what this told me is the masculine wants a fresh start. He wants to free himself from this situation. He wants you to free yourself. But there is a strong energy here after reading all of the cards that the masculine is in a position where he's a bit trapped right now, and he is working on getting out of it. The flirt card came out, and what this told me is just like, it's not even about flirting or anything. It's about the masculine wanting to get close and wanting to interact with his love, who he really truly feels that connection to, okay? So from the Talk to Me Like I Love You deck, we need a new perspective. Let's take a break and each get clearer about what really matters here, okay? Now, what I picked up when it said that, like right away, is that he's saying he actually, but the card says we, but he's saying he's trying to take a break, distance himself probably from everyone, and go through this regeneration, go through this Phoenix rising energy, and start afresh and clear his mind and come to a new perspective on everything involved in the situation. So then we had these two cards impacting. Okay, yeah. So it was frightening that I saw it. I don't know what I thought I saw. So anyhow, these two cards came out, and I do feel like these two messages, because there's two more cards, were somewhat for separate people in a sense, but they could all go together for you if they all relate. You are so upset. I probably don't fully understand my impact on you. Please tell me. I want to understand. It's frightening to me that we see things so differently. So let's read it like this. It's frightening to me that we see things so differently. You are so upset. I probably don't fully understand my impact on you. Please tell me. I want to understand. So for some of the feminines, you are feeling angry and you're feeling pissed off and you just want him to come in. But remember, you can't get much in that energy field. So if you can, work on forgiveness, work on self-forgiveness, work on forgiving everyone around you, even if you can't stand them. I say that with a little bit of passion, because even I have people in my life that, you know, I've eliminated in a sense, but I can't fully eliminate. So I have to just come to a neutral position for me. And it's nothing to do with my masculine in general, but I'm saying that can all affect your energy field. So just work on letting go, you know, sending off with love, as they say. But how about just sending off? Like, you know, I don't wish you any harm. I don't wish you any harm. Okay? Because of course we're not going to say I don't wish you any good. Of course you do. Like, you know, why wouldn't you? So the second set that came out is, I know I haven't made it very safe for you. So this is the card. Please don't give up on me. I want us to stop what we are doing to each other, both of us now. So for some of you, the masculine is worried that you are, you know, that there is a portal that's closing. There is a time frame that's collapsing within another, where he's not going to be able to get back to you. And, you know, he doesn't want that. Okay. So these are the cards that came out. Really interesting. We had the 10 of Wands and the Emperor in reverse. And this first part of the message is that the masculine is trying to deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because he's holding some of the wands. He's holding 4 of them. 6 of them are on his back. So there's still a few that he's working on getting rid of. A few burdens, not getting rid of, dealing with. So he's still working on that. And right now he doesn't feel like much of an emperor. The other message I got with this is that he feels like some of you are going to give him the boot. Like, you know, goodbye, see you, buddy. It did come on in reverse. you know, you can do that. But as I said, and I'm going to repeat myself again because it's actually true. We can all have a partner. We can all go meet someone. But is it someone you care about? Is it someone you have feelings for? No, probably not. So what I'm saying is you could give your masculine the boot and you could say, get out of here. But no one new for many of you is going to come in. For many of you. For some of you, there will be someone new because maybe you are meant to be with that new person or explore that new option. But for many of you, you're still going to be there alone and maybe even more upset because now you've tried to cut the cords and you feel like a bit of a failure. That's why just be neutral here. Just keep it neutral because you already have the masculine worrying enough. So don't add to your guys' collective energy, okay? So we got another 10 of Pentacles and we have the 8 of Cups. 8, yep, just making sure because sometimes I have to double check. So what this tells me is that, you know, once again, there's been something happening with finances. Now, what I picked up from the images of these two cards is that the masculine, because there's a man in the boat, the masculine has been working on getting his security together. He's trying to secure a position in life where he knows he is safe, like with this boat, where he knows he doesn't have to worry anymore, where he can take care of all he has to take care of. And this has been part of what he's presently dealing with, okay? The next card that came out is the 6 of Wands. So what that tells me is he may have been dealing with financial burdens. He's not feeling the best about everything going on, but there is a victory in this situation. There's something that has happened that is great in the financial section, okay? Because we're going to get into what came out next. I was really surprised. So what came out next, I'm going to show you how they came out. We had the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords, but behind the King of Cups, and it came out in a sense that I didn't even know until I picked it up to put it in position, we have the Empress. So this is where I went back to the beginning of the reading and realized that for some, this masculine is 100% involved with someone with kids, and the next card that came out with that was the 3 of Swords. So there's a definite third-party situation here. There's someone that this masculine is literally devoured by, in a sense. And not saying it in a bad way. It's just that, like, he's in this situation because this King of Cups is being eaten up by the fish. You know, and he wants to return to his truth, to his true love. This Queen of Swords, this energy of this woman who's probably hurt in a way, but becoming strong, ready to communicate. We have really interesting that same crown energy of the 6 of Wands on the bird that is right on her lap and also on her crown. So, you know, his crown is totally different, but that 6 of Wands, that's that energy of abundance and happiness and celebratory energy, right? And something great, and he wants to share that with you. He wants to come swoop in and discuss this with you. But it is a clear message. He wants you to know that there are issues he's dealing with right now. And I already know he has regret for them because we have the 3 of Swords. He wants to cut, it's a turn up, right? More importantly, there's 3 leaves on there. And he wants to do away with that. He wants to clear that, I should say. Clear that, pull it out, and get that dealt with. Underneath, at the bottom of the deck, what is showing, I'm going to show you what's going on here. 5 of Cups. So this tells me, you know, it's sorrow. He's regretting this whole situation he's involved in, though it's out of his hands because it's raining, right? You can't stop the rain. I just heard that song, like that, Missy Elliott, I believe, right? Like, I think it's I Can't Stop the Rain, or I'm just putting my own words in with that beat. But you can't stop the rain from happening. It's out of his hands in a sense that he got himself in this position. For many of you, he didn't necessarily know about you before he was involved with the other person. It's once he met you, there's been an awakening, right? This keeps him up at night. We have the 9 of Swords, and it's very evident that this is going to come out. This is going to be dealt with because we do have the Tower. And until this Tower happens, fully happens, you know, it's something that has to happen. There has to be a foundation rocking, a rock in the foundation, or just something explosive in the foundation that exists currently in order to have this new beginning. And then, you know, this person gets out of their mental prison with the Eight of Swords. I just feel like they've actually been able to, where's the other one? Nine of Swords. They got themselves out of this position. And for you, the masculine and the feminine, some of you are both in the exact same energy field. However, there will be a clearing of that. And then, you know, we have that energy, we could say, of separation, because of the fact that this is the Nine of Pentacles and this is the single life, but also abundance. And it's being single and happy. But more what I'm picking up was because of this Empress and this King and this Queen alone, is that, you know, finally he will be on his own. He will be away from his commitment, in the sense that he will be on his own now, okay? And then there can be a celebration. So I'm going to actually pull, I want to pull from this new deck I got from the museum a couple weeks ago. I haven't used it yet. And I just want to see what comes out and if I can pick up any energy on it. Okay, so we have a 1 and a 2. Oh, okay. Oh, this is so clear. And, you know, we even have this bridge, and there's 2 dogs in this. So there's one here, this lady sitting with a dog, and here there's this man and with a dog again. And what that tells me right away is that the energy here is about being friends, about being a companion, about feeling extremely comfortable, and almost about looking for a way out, you know, looking for a way off of this bridge that he's on, and he's on this bridge alone and trying to cross this and get to his best friend, get home, really, because it's like this dog's a baby here. So for some of you, a lot of time has passed. And when I say get home, and I look at this card here, we do have the lovely peaks and valleys, but there's homes there, right? Like he's looking for his home, literally, okay? I'm also going to pull from, let's do this deck because I really wanted to. Just what he's thinking right now, really where his head's at, like where his energy's at right now. So the journey, we literally have the journey and we have the protectiveness. I'm not going to read on these cards because of the fact that I'm already picking up an energy, and it almost goes along with the last message. So it is about the journey. It is about getting off of that bridge, getting himself home to the protectiveness, to where he feels the best, to where his shelter is. And it's about flying. It's about, you know, escaping this. But for some of them, as we said, there is an energy of children. For some of them, to be honest, they're expecting children. It's for some. There's thousands of people, right, that watch these videos. Of course, there's someone here that's expecting children in the picture as well, okay? So what does he need to do? That came out very quickly. So really the masculine needs to get out of his sorrow. He has to go through the dark night. And we seriously have that masculine and feminine energy doing the exact same thing. Suffering in silence, and he's trapped in fear. So for the connection, you may realize he's actually going through it worse, where the feminine is, okay, suffering in silence, as in being very mature about the situation and very understanding. He actually feels trapped. And for some of them, they must have anxiety issues, right? But you're both going through this same mirroring. This for me is my card of, this is a spiritual union card, but this is my card of masculine and feminine. Going through the same stuff and actually having that strong connection. The first card that came out is the wisdom card. And this is an energy of someone closing a chapter. I mean, we have this man here walking away from a home. And I hate to feel that way when I say that, you know, that sentence. It's not about walking away from a home as more as it is following your soul, following the path you're guided to. These are divine masculines. There's no way that they're going to abandon their home, but they could and will separate themselves from an happy environment to go for happiness. And actually everyone, with that huge sun there, everyone will benefit from closing that chapter and moving on to the next. And once again, we have that dog. So for many of you, you guys may have a dog, or I don't know, you may have a connection to a dog. You know, I'm not seeing cats right now, but I'm seeing dogs. And this is going to be the message from the Divine Masculine, and I hope it goes along for some of you. I hope you get what you had to hear. Don't forget that this person really does treasure you, and they're going through a lot right now. Initiation by fire, rising phoenix, you know, rebirthing themselves, freeing themselves from their old belief patterns, and on the way to move forward as soon as they deal with this whole situation. Empress, Queen of Swords, King of Cups. I do want to look at that King of Cups card. Yeah, you see this? I don't know why I was guided to take a look at the King of Cups again. Remember, the cards came out like this. Well, if you see closely, this man is actually trying to offer this Queen of Swords the cup, but he is, you know, in a position right now with the Empress, with possibly the mother of his child. But it's really interesting. I even felt like, look at that cup again. And he is trying to literally offer it to that Queen of Swords, okay? To the truth. He's trying, like, true love, literally, because we have the Queen of Swords, which represents truth and honesty, and we have that cup of love.